Und damit hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück bei AI SOMNIUM Files. Wir sind ja bei dieser, keine Ahnung, die schaut ein bisschen durch aus. Nein, das wollte ich nicht. Oh, ist immer noch das. Wie kam ins Menü? Viereck. Weil unser Tama will wieder irgendwas. Oder das Ding halt. What did this thing keep learning was? What's this club name? Name of Special Skill Movie Titel. What did you think deep learning was? Name of Special Skill? What's the eye? Camera. Child Eye, tell me more. Was? Ich habe keine Ahnung, was abgeht. Evaluation, Performance Review. Class up. Increase Sinker class to C2. These costumes were added to bonus. Mizuki outfit, Ryuki outfit, cat ears. Okay. Exit game and open bonus. Finish game, return to title screen. Da, Tamas Room, da waren das, wo ich das machen kann, ne? Dress up.
How about I take it all off instead?
Bitte was? Head, Body. Da ist New.
Yeah, looks good.
Das gehört irgendwie zu ihr, ne? Verdammt. Body? Hab ich nix. Okay. Aber kann ich von den anderen die Kostüme auch einstellen? Live Advice. What? Tama, what do you do while I sleep?
Tama, what do you do while I sleep?
I think about you. Managing your health, that sort of thing.
Cool. Machen wir weiter. Genug rumgespielt. About bets 490.
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed, I had my subordinates create that video. Bats 490 was an ARG, just a game. But there was a high-level encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high IQ individuals with the capability to decode it. The purpose was to recruit them into NICE.
So this QR video was made for the same reason?
I am aware of that video. I saw it on the news. However, it's completely unrelated to NICE. I assume someone made it with the intent to imitate Bats 490.
What do you think, Tama?
Hard to say on that alone.
About Chikara?
Do you mean the man from Horodori Institute of Genetics?
So you do know him. I'm actually here because of a tip I got from him.
Chikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see. Chikara is a former member of NICE, though this was over 20 years ago. When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
Huh?
Order of Percent?
It's an organization that split off from NICE. You could say they are a sect. The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas we are an ideological society. Despite our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that NICE created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from NICE.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of NICE, the secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip about us. Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space. But that's all nonsense. Made-up stories that become more and more embellished as they were passed on. Rumors are quite a terrifying thing. NICE is a perfectly legitimate ideological society. Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world. This is one such branch. This is a common misconception, but NICE is not a religious organization. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality created by someone or something.
Okay, die sind auch nicht besser wie irgendeine Religion.
That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program. And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams. To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
Why would you do that?
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created. Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until it is unraveled, and its people are emancipated. That is our ultimate goal.
This old hag has completely lost it.
How will you tear the seams of the world? Mach mal ein Wing-Sync.
The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
I don't understand.
You will someday. It is a prophecy. It will be fulfilled eventually.
What is that?
It's a hand sign we use. It's meant to resemble the sign behind me.
Mach mal da mal was. Ich meine, das da denke ich mir aber immer, es fällt halt niemandem auf, ne, dass der plötzlich das so macht. Kann das sein, dass sie mich einfach anschaut?
What's going on here?
Maybe she's not thinking about anything at all.
Her mind is completely blank?
Maybe she reached a state of selflessness.
Wow. Hands are supposed to be a symbol behind Tokiko. Ja, aber das sind nur 3 Zeichen, ne?
Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, for smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location. It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to the 10th.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
Und jetzt?
That's the non-Yapal X, the symbol of NICE.
Non-Yapal means consisting of 9. You know how there's single, double, triple? Non-Yapal is the 9th.
So non-Upal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Nizadlaws is derived from 9-exed lozenge? Lozenge referring to a diamond shape. In other words, Nizadlaws means the 9 X's of the diamond.
Okay. Cool.
By the way, would you mind if I asked you a question?
What is it?
Are you perhaps a Freyer?
Freyer?
Frey, I sort of heard that somewhere before.
I am asking the person within you.
What?
I will ask you one more time. Are you a Freyer?
Ich habe keine Ahnung, was ein Freya ist, Mann. Was bedeutet ein Freya? Ich habe keine Ahnung, was das auf Deutsch heißt. Betrüger vielleicht? Das ist scheiß Spam-Nachrichten, wenn auch immer mehr. Google-Übersetzer. Freya. Deutsch. Hä, Freya heißt, das ist ja französisch. Leichen? Was? Was? Nochmal. Freya. Auf Deutsch wäre das Erscheinen. Also bist du ein Erschienender oder hä?
I see. Then I must have been mistaken.
What is a Freyer? Frey. Right. I remember now.
It was written on that sign.
Frey to free. Frey can mean fight, but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Remember what Tokiko said. Their ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
Miss Shigure, are you sure Nyes didn't make the QR video?
We did not.
But the word Frey was written on that sign in the QR code.
We of Nyes are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones who created the QR video. The word Frey being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
Nope.
That can't be just a coincidence.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation.
Oh.
A false world created by a program. And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams. The appearance of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
Ey, die Alte macht mich fertig, ne? Die kommt ständig mit irgendeinem neuen Zeug.
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28, 1943. A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship.
Jetzt sehe ich auch, dass das ein Schiff ist. Ich dachte, das wäre eine Stadt.
Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
Relate Hammer's story directly to Tokiko.
Yes, exactly. However, the story doesn't end there.
Lass mich raten, ist das auch in einer Badewanne aufgetaucht?
When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like a rotten banana, while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened. Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
Alter, ich bin komplett durch, Alter. Ich weiß nicht, was abgeht, Mann. Teleportation, die Matrix und weiß der Geil, was nicht alles. Was auch irgendwie das ganze Spiel einfach ausmacht. Aber warum soll das in mir hier?
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
Ah, okay.
I feel calm when I'm around nature. It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down.
Ja, wäre doch nicht von den natürlichen Quellen da geredet, ne? Und den natürlichen Toiletten.
Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My eyes?
Just do it!
Was hat die da? Ein Messer? Ist das eine Fliegenklatsche?
Okay.
Warum hat denn die Fliegenklatsche dabei? Ja, die simuliert es, ne?
What the? Did we teleport here?
Oh,
Are you serious?
We're in Studio de Vita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. We're not actually there.
Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene.
What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Wow. It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
Alright, let's start looking around.
Virtual reality activation. Ja, stark, Alter. The VR allows you to walk around the scene and gather information. Thermal special vision mode, such as X-ray mode, can be applied to everything. By changing the special mode, what you can inspect will change, and it is to find the hidden information.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray mode too.
Was ist da hinten?
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
Wie sie sich freut. Oh, was ich gut gemacht habe. Warte, ich kann hier rumlaufen. Can see the back of the set. There are a bunch of mannequins here. Warum sind denn so viele Mannequins da?
What's this?
Hä?
There's something inside the body.
3 things catch my attention. First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily. The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction. When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns violently.
Inside the corpse is fuel that goes off with the slightest impact, a fuse, and a substance that causes a thermite reaction. Signboard.
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's, you know what?
Couldn't you have compared it to a fishhook or something?
Well, it won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. A signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
The signboard was stuck in the corpse, so it's difficult to remove. Okay, was haben wir hier? Electric kettle.
Maybe it's for having tea during breaks.
Camera. Body was shown the entire world through this camera. Camera. Monitor. There's a big monitor here.
Looks like it's there so the performers can check how they look on screen.
Host platform. The podium used by the quiz show host.
These aren't good for much other than for show.
Giant monitor. Some Amabi logo.
The questions for the quiz also show up here too.
Nochmal Monitor. So, ich habe mir das alles angeschaut.
It's a signboard.
Yeah. Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
Corpse discovery situation. Rigor mortis was already fading. Was ist Rigor mortis? Abdruck? Oder das Blut? Nee. Rigor mortis. Totenstarre. Ah, okay. Warte mal, das ist da? Jetzt los. Also das da, what should I do to relax? Field Yoga? Spiritually suspicious. Konnte ich mich deswegen jetzt nicht bewegen? Aber es ist verbunden. Warte mal. Der Lichtschalter war damit irgendwie über LAN verbunden oder WLAN verbunden oder was?
Getting a better look at it, it looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube. Graphene sheets with the thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
What? But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel. Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
Hab ich das schon gefunden?
That way. Over by that red lamp. What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
CNT extending from corpse. The CNT extending from the corpse was threaded through the ceiling beam and tied to the light switch. Ja, das muss ja dann auch alles vorher einer gemacht haben, ne? Also teleportiert kann schon mal jetzt sein.
It looks like we're pretty much done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
The truth reenactment allows you to find the truth with the information you have gathered. Answer Tama's question with the best answer. Only the correct answering her question will the truth be reenacted.
Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
So.
That's the switch that powers the lighting.
Yeah, let's not overthink this. Someone simply walked up and flipped this switch.
But no one was near the switch when the lights went out. Let's try to think of something else.
Hä? Durch einen Buzzer?
They were bundled CNT. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
The culprit dropped it from above, the rigor mortis softened. Ja, er hat's über die Stahlträger gelegt und wenn es weicher wird, fällt's runter. Rigor mortis is already fading.
The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's what made it fall down. Now for the final question. Why did the body explode and burn?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode.
Yep.
It's because of the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But...
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Academy Award.
Academy? Like, the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started! Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well...
Was ist das für eine Musik? Hört sich irgendwie aus Final Fantasy an oder so.
It was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward, onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon! It needs to be soft and squishy! Like an octopus!
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it!
Das ist so
And after
geil.
time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives. And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion!
Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
Vor allem, ich habe am Schluss nicht mal mehr was machen müssen eigentlich.